solo. My name is Sundown, joined here by Bala TW, and it is going to be an incredible day.
That it is. Over 30 countries are represented here today in the World Cup Finals. And I mean, this entire weekend has been amazing. It has had some of the most amazing Fortnite action. And this is the best of competitive Fortnite. So we're going to go ahead. We already did crown the World Champions duo in Nyrox and Aqua.
And it was very well-deserved from there. Don't forget about the Creative Championship and the Pros that kicked it all off on Friday. We saw the Fish Fam take it away, and then, of course, the cooler duo of Aqua and Nyrox, crediting the boot camp, all of their practice put in. The first half of the games were rough. The back three, Victory Royale, top 5 with 2 clutch eliminations coming out of Aqua to push them in to that top spot. And we'll be seeing Aqua here again today, Bob.
That we will. We'll see if he's going to be able to repeat some of the magic that he did yesterday, but he's not the only person. We have 100 more players, and they all competed over 5 weeks of solo qualifiers. We have already recorded $6 million over the course of those qualifiers, and 40 million players competed to try to qualify for this day right now. Only 100 players remain.
And they're all fighting for their share of the $15 million prize. We've already given away $18 million between the creative and the duos competition yesterday, as well as the charity competition for the Pro-Am, and they all want to be in that top spot. First place walking away with $3 million in prize money, but for most of them, it's about the title. They want to be in the top spot. They want the clout. They want the recognition. They want to say, I am the ultimate Victor Royale.
So we're going to go ahead and join the players on the floor in the Arthur Ashe Stadium. They're ready. We're going to go ahead with our first group of contestants. It is Booga, Bizzle, Commandment, Vivid, Cease, Snow, Riverson, Leleo, and Dubs.
Now, these were the players who qualified out of NA East, NA West, and Brazil during the first week. The ones who rose to the occasion right away, cemented themselves in there, and didn't have to worry about it. And right away, how can you not call out the NA East Titans of Bizzle, Vivid, and Cease? Been around forever, and Cease, more importantly, we said he deserved more recognition. He was one of the best, and what did he do yesterday? Third place with Elevate. He's looking ready to go, but Dubs is also ready. Him and Vega had an incredible performance yesterday, and they're looking to represent on the stage.
So we'll see if he's going to be able to do that. Of course, at the top of the list is Booga. A lot of people are looking forward to see what he can do on a LAN environment in this stage. See if he can continue the performance he's had in the last couple of weeks. So we're going to continue, though. Dubs had an in, we're going to check in with Jordan Fisher on the floor with Dubs.
Thank you so much, Fortnite family and fans. What's going on? I'm Jordan Fisher. I've got Dubs right here. Dubs, you placed consistently well during the qualifiers, wrangling a first, second, and sixth place finish over the course of 3 weeks of solos. And as well, let's go! And placed in the duos as well, qualified for the duos. How is competing on this stage now compared to yesterday's games?
The energy is insane here, and it's just the most amazing experience. I love Fortnite.
Fantastic. Well, a lot of people are really excited to see you play today. Now, you and your partner Mega did an incredible job yesterday. Did you guys see them play together yesterday? It was amazing. It was amazing. You placed 7th in the duos competition yesterday. Are you changing up your strategy at all with your solo games?
No, I'll pretty much be doing the same strat, playing for late game, trying to get picks.
Love it. Can't wait to see.
Thank you so much,
Jordan Fisher. Appreciate that. Those are our NA East, NA West, and Brazil competition from the first week. We're going to keep moving forward into EU, Oceania, and Asia. Starting with Poppy, Prisonero, Bella EU, Letwick, Nate, Diego, DRG, Slaya, Baxbox, and at the end, Benji Fish.
And another group that is very top-heavy. These were the players who took advantage of it right away. We got to see Stompy yesterday. Not necessarily the performance him and Shinken would have wanted, but he'll be coming out in force today. And then we also definitely need to talk about Baxbox. His ability to turn heads, qualifying multiple times in the solo squad. And he has the highest mechanical feeling and right-wing skills out of any of these solo players.
And of course, we also see Slaya down in the bottom middle there. He's turning heads in the NA scene because he's been here boot camping for a couple of weeks, and he's made a number of clips in terms of his aim. He's one of the best mechanical players for aiming out of OCE. And at the end here, Benji Fishy, what more can you say about him? We'll go ahead fight back at home.
Fortnite, you gotta play a lot. Fancy Fishy trying to punish some of these players. I'm definitely on par with pretty much every pro. Excited to go to the World Cup. It's definitely gonna be one of the best things of my life.
Playing for his family, his mom, and trying to do everything he can to make an even bigger name for himself. But speaking of big names for himself, this next that Sunday top title starting off there with following up Unknown Army, Diddle, Funk, Psalm, Click, Epic Whale, Parhu, Lasers, and Balla. What can we say about these players?
A lot of huge names. Of course, we'll start with Tfue. The qualifying run he had in week number 3 was one of the most memorable moments out of the entire Fortnite World Cup Online Opens. And what a story it was in front of 250,000 people on a stream, no delay, just slayed out and qualified.
Was able to play very well in the LAN environment, has taken that title at TwitchCon. Let's not forget about somebody else who was there. We got Bunk Bomb played yesterday on the stage and is looking to continue to roll it forward. Psalm as well, another player who is a big competitive veteran from a MOBA background, transitioning into Fortnite and showing his ability to break it down and push the meta farther. And then you have the two young warriors out of Clicks and Epic Whale, known for taking walls, taking names, and pressing forward, doing everything they can to stop their opponents.
Clicks, one of the players who has fully qualified for both solos and duos. And at the end, Kurtz out of Brazil. We're going to continue forward with him and go ahead and listen to some of the stuff he had preparing for ahead of the competition.
Fortnite, I've changed my personality. I play very aggressive. If you make a mistake, you will be the victim.
Well, easy, bro. I like that line most of all out of that entire package. That was amazing. We'll see if it is going to be easy, bro, today. Going to continue forward, see who's on the floor. It is going to be Luki, Left Eye, Fleeter Moyes, T-Chub, Core Gaming, Wakey, Dementos, Banny, Takamura, Cat, and LOL Boom.
And another group loaded with talent. LOL Boom in particular, the young Irish lad, qualified in the same week as the duo Core Gaming. They didn't represent the duos competition. We got to interview both of them, and they're excited to be here, excited to represent not only but also for their families. And also looking up there, Left Eye and Dementos have been around the scene for a very long time since the beginning, have that veteran experience, have been in so many of these very, very top-heavy lobbies. They are going to be comfortable.
I'm also looking at Banny, who was Faxbox's duos from the previous Asian group, and he is one of the most aggressive players. He also plays tons of high ground, tries to look for tons of eliminations on the high ground. So we'll see how the Asian region and how he performs there with his strategy converts to this stage.
And two players who are very aggressive, but we talked about LOL Boom, we talked about wanting to represent his family and what it means to him. Let's hear a little bit about that from him.
Hi, my name is I'm Philippines, but I live in Ireland. I like to unbelievable. Players around it, everyone's so nice. Loads of people are really humble. I don't really feel any pressure on me. I just really focus on this moment and this moment and do good and bring back home. many, and I'd just like to thank all of them.
It's so nice to see someone just so grateful to be in the position, but continue striving towards originally being skirmishes, but now wants to perform on the main stage. On our next group, representing out of NA East, NA West, and Brazil, we have Dracons, Rogue Shark, Colorful, Mega, Bucky, Class, Rux, Pisa, and Estate.
I just want to talk about Bucky because I know we've talked about it a lot. I know we've talked about on broadcast that video of him qualifying, his dad in the background coaching him, and he's here today by himself. He has performed on the stage before back at the summer block party. He did quite well there and had a good time on the stage, so we'll see. That was a little bit of a less competition, but it's for charity. This today is for $15 million total.
And he's going to want to be pushing the pace, particularly against players like this. Class extremely analytical, keeps a notebook with him at all times and wants to break down his opponent's interaction. We got to see a little bit from Rux in his baseball playing grand.
for DR Storm. He's one of the players who fully qualified for both solos and duos, and even with his duo partner Epic Whale later on. We do also have Reverse 2K on the bottom half of this group. He is on the floor with Jordan Fisher. What do you got?
Standing next to me is Reverse 2K, one of the most gifted mechanically in terms of his aim, his building sense, his speed. Everything about his gameplay is one that I love and look up to personally, and I think for a lot of people here as well. Now, you've already told us that you're dropping Pressure, which is where you dropped in your qualifying week, which is a very smart move, I think, in my opinion. Now, are you planning on keeping a strict rotation schedule? Are you going to be able to be flexible?
We're going to be able to flex more. I know Ninja and I duo spot is Lagoon, so that's my hometown, so we might drop there.
Very comfortable there. Mat up really quickly with some wood right there, those mats. Now, another thing that I love about you, Reverse, you're so vocal and so positive in social media, and a lot of people are supporting you and loving you, very much behind you in this journey. How does it feel to have so much support from Fortnite fans and others that are watching your streams and so forth?
It feels amazing. This Fortnite game is definitely a mental game. If you lose your mind, you're going to lose the game, so a lot of support helps.
Absolutely. Well, we love you, man. I'm excited to see you perform today. Bala, Sundown, who's next?
Thank you so much, Jordan. A lot of people from home rooting for Reverse 2K. He's made quite a fan base, and a lot of people supporting him. We're going to continue forward back in the stadium. We do have our next group, Jay, Arius. We also have our one of duo champions from yesterday. It's Aqua, and then Martine, Irus, Robabs, Skylar, Kinstar, and Kinzel.
And we can't forget about Flexi and the X2 twins rounding out the group there, but all eyes are on Aqua, and deservedly so. Nyrock said yesterday, hey, we won because Aqua is a beast. Aqua in his interview said, we're just gonna win. And what did he say last night afterward? He's like, you know, might around mess around this with solos as well. He is about it, he is that skilled. But another player who has that very similar attitude is Efro. Somebody who is a controller player, swapped over from console to PC, and I had one fan particularly reach out. He's like, hey, I watch him all the time. He doesn't care about anyone else. Whoever is going, he is flying at them. He wants to be known as one of the most skilled players out there, and then you have to talk about Keystone.
And at the bottom of that list there, we also have Flexi, who played yesterday in the duos competition. One of the actual fully qualified duos with his partner, Letwick, who's playing as well. He's just amazing. His qualifying run actually was one of the most mechanically skilled things I've ever seen, but also what a struggle it was. He had so many setbacks in that week that he qualified that I almost thought that he wasn't going to make it, and it was going to be one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever seen.
But he was able to clutch up in the end and get to a spot. You see plenty of French representation coming out there. Of course, Keemstar been around from the very beginning, able to compete on the stage as well. Robots up there, and then we have to talk about the X2 twins. Jordan representing down south, known originally as one of the first veterans out there. We're going to talk about what they're all about and what they were thinking of going into the competition.
I'm twins, and I'm from Brisbane, Australia. I've played LAN, I've played online, I've played the Australian Open, I've played at Poland internationally. I really like LANs. It's a different setting because there's people actually watching you as opposed to just people watching online. I think I'm definitely getting better with it with the more LANs I do. It doesn't really sink in until you actually land here and you get here like, oh, I'm actually in New York. It is definitely a cool experience. I like to listen to music before I play and try and treat it as if I was at home just playing any other scrim. You've got to put work into it. Sometimes you might have to get a little bit lucky with like qualifying and stuff. Like that's a part of it, but you can people and like experiencing it with them and learning from each other so they can keep their
Jordan going to be doing everything he can to push forward and be at the top. And now we're into the qualifiers who qualified in the final week. The week 9 ones, the last chance qualifiers. When everything is on the line, they made it here. It's Clipnote, Cosmic, Tuzi, Aspect, Hornet, Creo, Legedian, Harians, Evil Mare, and Arkram 1X.
Footnote, one of the players out of Brazil who, you know, he was there every single week, just in the top 10, not quite reaching that final top 1 spot, which is how many spots are up per week for Brazil, but he finally did it in the final week. That shows he is clutch.
Yes, the Argentinian was also we have to talk about him and Ana were the original favorites going into the qualifiers, kind of slid off the pace a little bit, had to swap that drop puck. In the final week, he rocketed up in the lead with 60 points, but the issue was he finished his games early. Everyone else had an extra half hour. He had to sit there watching the leaderboard for an hour, but when all was said and done, he got the final spot. He'll be playing on that stage, and he'll be looking to take everyone's walls.
That 17 elimination game to qualify was definitely memorable from Aspect, but Arkram 1X also had a memorable performance yesterday in the dual finals. We're going to go ahead and catch up with him on the floor.
Dominant performance from Arkram for sure. Standing next to me here, another one of the most talented. I mean, I say this over and over again. It's because I'm surrounded by the best Fortnite players literally in the entire world. Definitely here repping the NA West over there. A lot of psycho players. Now, Arkram, you qualified for the World Cup in the first week of duos and in the last week of solos. Your preparation for both of these things definitely is very different. How have you prepared in comparison to yesterday, claiming that 5th spot, which was unbelievable, guys? Preparing for solos today is very different. How have you strategized for this?
Well, I try to prepare my mentality a lot better than yesterday, and I know what it's going to be like going in today, other than like tomorrow, because yesterday was like my first time playing at Atlanta. So I know what I have to do, and I know what I'm going to do to try to win today.
Absolutely. Well, that composure is everything, right? I mean, that can really help you dominate in that way. Now, again, repping NA West out there in LA for me. Listen. Your qualification both in duos and solos, you're the only person from NA West that was able to do that. What do you have to say to the rest of the West?
I mean, like, if you guys get a brain on the West Coast, I mean, like, it'll be a lot easier, you know, but otherwise, yeah, that's all you gotta do.
You gotta get a brain. Okay, I'm gonna come to Arkram School. Back to you guys on Unreal Island.
I might also go to Arkram School. That was definitely interesting there.
Could say Galaxy Brain there from Arkram, you know, just get a brain going on there, looking to represent. But now the final group of competitors, it will be Sosman, Moffin, and Dressa, Crew, Light, Mongrel, MQ, Teak, Black, and Skite.
I like the little tab there from Blacks. Absolutely incredible. Again, remember, these are the guys who qualified in the final week. And I do have to point out, Andretta was one of the players who did so. What an amazing performance it was. One of the few players who was streaming his final week, and he did it in an amazing fashion.
Winning 3 out of his first 5 games. He actually took a moment after that on the stream, kind of, you could see him. Deep breath in, deep breath out, and kind of know he had it. He kept pushing forward. We got to see Crew yesterday, had some highlight reel plays, wasn't quite able to push into the top 10 today. But Paula, you know on this list who I want to talk about right now, right?
Yes, I do.
Let's hear it. What do you got for Mr. Mongrel himself?
Mongrel. I mean, there's literally so much. I can talk about this guy forever. One of the most mechanically skilled players I have ever seen. So fast with his decisions, you really can't keep up. Sometimes I even have to watch him in slow motion because it's just so ridiculously fast.
And you could see his reactions on the camera, how much he cares, how much he's invested. Just as does Skite, the player from the stream, overcoming tendinitis in his wrist. We're going to throw it down to the floor to Jordan and a translator to catch up and hear what Skite has to say. Jordan, take it away.
Standing next to Skite here, dealing with tendinitis is a very, very big thing, especially ahead of a competition of this caliber. How have you prepared physically going into today?
Avec un concours de cette nature, il y a beaucoup évidemment d'ambition et de comment est-ce que vous gérez un peu la situation?
Je m'entraîne et j'essaie de passer
just, think about the game.
I got a lot of experience and a lot of success in tournaments as well. With preparation today, going up against
Tu es un des meilleurs joueurs du monde, tu as beaucoup d'expérience, etc. Mais en même temps, ça c'est une compétition nouvelle. Comment est-ce que tu t'es organisé pour la stratégie de cette Coupe du Monde?
J'essaie juste de jouer mon jeu, de pas stresser et j'essaie
de m'adapter à la méta actuelle et voilà.
Try not to stress out and try to sleep well, eat well, think how I'm going to really play the game.
Lovely. And that allows you composure, right? Then you can dominate. Love it, Sky. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Jordan and Sky. Sky originally known for his winter crowd, where he was top qualifier, top the semifinal, and then top the final. It put him on the map, and now he's here competing on the main stage, which is set for everyone who is here. But all of you guys at home, make sure you're using Fortnite.com/watch. Go check the website out. It is a more kind of tailored viewing experience, the ability to unlock additional items in-game. And on top of that, for somebody who's super analytical, there's a map stream. There's an individual player stream. If you want to see the spotlighted players, TeamGuerra's, they'll be on there. You want to see the best players from Asia, they'll be on there. Best players from Brazil, they'll be on there. Make sure you go and utilize this tool. Whether you're trying to get better at Fortnite, you want to watch. We want to give you every possible potential way to increase your viewing experience. And let us know if there's anything else you want added in there. Because we're lining in stats. We got the map.
I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely going to check it out when I get home. I'm going to go back and watch it. Every little detail of these guys who are going to perform on this stage. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy, and I can't wait to see it.
I mean, this is what is going to allow these guys to push up into the prizing. I mean, just look at some of those numbers. Of course, everyone who made it going through. But once you push into that top group, you start seeing. But ultimately, at the top, it's about the $3 million. It's about being the best of the world and being crowned the world champion solo baller. This is what it's all about.
This is what it's all about. We're moments away from getting inside the stage and getting ready to launch the Fortnite World Cup Solos competition.
100 of the best players, every single one is be here. Are you ready for the Fortnite World Cup Finals? Let's start the show!
follow me like this. Let's go. Thank you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Marshmallow! I tell you, I've opened up for a few DJs in my career, by far the best one. Hands down. Guys, this is incredible stuff here. I'm Golden, your host, and this is the moment that we have been waiting for. 10 weeks have culminated to this point right here in New York City, Arthur Ashe Stadium. This packed house. Ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves a round of applause for being here with us today. Without you, this is not possible. But now it's all about these players up on this stage, and this right here, the trophy and the title of being the Fortnite World Champion. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. I want to get into these games as soon as possible, but I think we gotta ramp up the excitement just a little bit more. When you think about what's at stake here for these players, so much on the line. And we crowned 2 Fortnite World Champions yesterday, but that was duos competition. And today, these people are riding solo. And it's about that trophy, being able to raise this right in front of everyone here in New York City and walking away with $3 million in prizes. History will be made, lives will change. Now, I know that you guys want to hear from some of our players as well, and there's one player in particular that I think each and every person in this arena wants to hear from. Jordan, who do you got?
The legend, the man, the myth. T2! I want my vest back, by the way. Guys, standing next to me, I mean, you know him. He needs no introduction. He's pretty decent at the game of Fortnite. He's like, fine, I guess. I don't know, 1v1 man creative. We'll see what happens, right? And your skills, your gifts, your game sense, your speed, your dexterity, your precision, all of these things that I'm sure a lot of people are very fearful of. There are a lot of incredibly young, gifted talents that are up here on the stage right now from all over the world. How do you prepare for all of these?
Basically, how I prepare is just stream to all my viewers, and you know, they stream time me, and I get rushed by like 30 people every game, so if I can handle that, then I can handle anything, right?
I have seen it happen in real time. It's insane. I don't know how you deal. I mean, you got a long way, you know, to get to the end, but obviously vying for that #1 spot. How was your strategy working out going into your drop spot today? Your rotation, are you going to be flexible? What are your thought processes going on today, knowing that you're up against some of the best players?
My drop spot's pretty good, you know. I have some people contest me, but I just lay them out and then move on from there.
Lay them out, move on. 355. There it is from the man himself. Back to you, GB.
Thank you once again, Jordan, for that. Now we're going to get into the games in a few moments here. Yesterday we hyped up nicely, and I think we can do it again. This is it. This is for this community right here. Whether you're watching us at home, whether you're here with us in New York City, ladies and gentlemen, in the Arthur Ashe Stadium, let me hear you. No. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let us hear you loud and proud. This is the Fortnite World Cup Finals, and let's send it over to your casters for the first set of games. It's Courage and Dr. Lupo.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. The Fortnite World Cup Finals Solos competition kicks off today, and I could not be more excited. I'm still sweating from the marshmallow performance we just saw, but absolutely, Dr. Lupo, this is going to be a darn good time.
100 of the best solo players the world has ever seen today playing $1 million in Jack. First place takes home the largest individual prize for any player in esports ever up until this point. You realize that? That is ridiculous.
It's a pretty long history. Lives will be changed today, as we know. It's been happening throughout the weekend. And we've seen the best competitors in the world go up in creative, obviously in the Pro-Am, in the solos or duos competition. And now it is time for solos. We're in this format, surprising for everyone at home so you can get caught up to speed. We'll be watching here today. It's not the normal Fortnite game we're going to be playing.
No, it is not. Especially if you've watched any competitive gameplay over the past. On your screen right now is the format. This is solo, so the top 25 placement will get you 3 placement points. Top 15 is 5. You make it all the way to top 5, that's 7 points. And that coveted victory royale, of which there will only be 6 today, worth 10 points. But on top of that, it's not just about placement. Every single elimination is an additional point. Those are going to add up, and we're going to see exactly how things play out over 6 games. Yep. Those 6 games, we add those scores up. Jack, what's the take-home? I know, just read it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, first place today wins $3 million US. You get second, third, or fourth. Your prize money to win it is also above the $1 million mark. Hey, I wouldn't be too upset with fifth place either at 900 grand, but you see, top 20 all earn $112,500 or more, and just because they made it here today, everyone on the stage will win $50,000 for their efforts across the last few months of competition. But I can tell you the prize money is sweet. It's great going up against the best in the world, but that right there, the coveted trophy on your screen and the title of Fortnite World Champion, the first ever solo World Champion, is what these players want.
You have to remember, too, over the course of the 10 weeks of qualifiers, we have 40 million players throw their name in the pot to try and make their way to the top 100 here in New York City. And of those 100, only one takes first place. Only one takes home the trophy. And I'm going to say this. This is mine. Over the last few days. Duos didn't go exactly how he wanted things to go, but I'm looking forward to seeing Benji Fishy rise above and put on a good show for everybody. He's an excellent player, one of the best mechanically we've ever seen. His awareness is insane. What about you? Who do you have?
Yeah, there's so many talented players. We were comparing drop spots, comparing how they performed yesterday. We talked about land experience and how much the nerves get them. Parkroom is someone that showed up yesterday on stage, performed quite well, placing in the top 5. And today, where he's dropped at, who he's going to be going up against, he could put on a good showing, but we want to hear your guys' thoughts as well. Hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Send us your thoughts. Who do you predict to win? We've also talked to many of the people here in the venue about who they've got coming out on top. Let's take a look.
My prediction for the Fortnite Solo World Cup Finals winner is Ghost. I pick to win solos. It's gotta be this guy.
I feel like Young Calculator or Clicks is gonna win.
I want to see Benji Fish take a gun solos.
Who's gonna win? Tifu's gonna win.
It's gonna be between Flicks and Tifu. So it's gonna be Flicks though.
Probably Bizzle because he has the most experience. I think Bizzle has a good chance.
Booger.
Tifu's gonna win.
Fact Fox.
Bizzle is just the most consistent player. He's
I'd probably say Bizzle too, because he has a lot of LAN experience and
My prediction for the Solo World Cup champion is done.
People continue to pile on in here to the Arthur Ashe Stadium live from New York City. Dr. Lupo, our team are almost ready to kick things off, but there's so many ways you can watch this weekend. Streaming platforms, but the initiative as well from Fortnite, and a way to watch on Fortnite.com/watch. There's some unique stats as well as all sorts of feeds you can watch from. It's a viewing with real-time stats. Head to Fortnite.com/watch and choose from this channel a dedicated map channel and 10 rotating options. Players, you see there on your screen exactly who we brought on up. If you want feed 3, it features Tifu, a player spotlight. If you're repping the Oceanic region and you want to see the Twins play, there you go. You've got your dedicated feed as well. An awesome thing to see for the future of competitive.
It's absolutely amazing. But Jack, everybody here wants to see the first game, and I've got good news. Ladies and gentlemen, the Fortnite World Cup Solos competition is about to begin. If you are here at Arthur Ashe Stadium, I need you to get as loud as you possibly can. 100 of the best players in the entire world are about to face off for $15 million. Jack, guess what? 100 players, the battle bus is loaded. 6, 5, 4, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Game 6 officially underway, and on your screen, all 100 players. Arguably the biggest day of their entire lives. The average age of competitors, just 16 years old. If you're a younger fan here in the audience, you dream of one day being here. If you're the same age, you look to your peers as people to look up to and aspire to be as good as one day. If you're a parent, I'm sure you can imagine what's going through these kids' minds. Here we go, folks. Tifu on your screen. Block has the stinks and that proximity grenade launcher just to try and find even one hit, which at this point with such a low ammunition, he's out of stinks now. He still has the 3 proximity grenade launcher shots. He's kind of burning through resources.
I was going to say, he sees those grenades. I was thinking exactly that. Yep.
Well, just trying to find a bead at this point. He knows based on the audio, Bugga's rotating back and forth in this little brick tunnel underneath. Quite yet, Stacy still has the high ground here. Not a ton of materials, 18 builds. At some point, he's going to have to opt to either push this or rotate away, and now might be the time to rotate away unless Bugga's going to see here.
Oh wait, actually,
not even. Never mind, he already has a gold combat number 4 slot there. Bugga separating from each other a little bit, not necessarily pressuring. Early game pressure in game 1 of 6 for World Cup solos would be could be pretty advantageous. Get that siphon, look for a shot, the heavy snipe. Short goes and not quite enough. Bugga misses just behind us. Maybe sneaks away higher floors of that north side building.
Yeah, Bugga winds up seeing that middle cherry blossom tree get knocked down, and a lot of times in competitive games, players will just hit the trees down to 50 total HP left, but they won't fully remove them from the map because the animation of the tree breaking gives away your position. So if you want to make sure you stay a little bit more hidden in your games at home, only break trees down to 50 total health left and leave them. You'll get a ton of materials, but you'll also still remain as hidden as possible. Benji Fishy, a player with very high expectations for not only himself, but from the community here this weekend. Did play yesterday, I believe placed 14th with his duo, Mr. Savage. The first stink bomb comes on through, and with that damage, it looks like Benji Fishy wants a fight, but unfortunately does take 50 immediately from the back, and will go ahead and just give up his position.
Frustration on space. You can't blame him. Shot. A little bit on Nate right there. Pleasant Park still inside the safe zone, so moving away from this doesn't have to happen just yet. We'll see. Nate takes an opportunity, rotates all the way across to that treehouse building in the southwest corner. Meanwhile, southwest of the entire map, Crew not alone down here. A little bit of a build fight back and forth, and they are not inside the zone. 91 players remain right now. Only 9 have gone down. It's early in the game. It's going to stay very, very high in the player count. Crew maybe waiting to see if that edit comes through. Doesn't quite. Storm waiting inside. We see this all the time. Just holding the edit inside the pyramid. Yep. He doesn't want to step out, potentially get shot. Rotate back down underneath and maybe check his other sides. Meanwhile, King and Wiki in a 1v1. King on the defensive. At this point, he might have the high ground. Oh my gosh. Sneaks the shotgun shot in right before the ramp can go down.
Oh, no. Okay. Oh, no. And you see King, a little bit of a smirk right there yesterday when we had a little bit of a, maybe I guess you could say trash talk in the game. It was Skeptic who winds up going down to Mongrel Mitro. This time I think King will live to see another fight, but ooh, I like some of this little spiciness to kick off game number 1. He wins that fight with a quick wall retake and edit on through. Over to Neo Tilted, Creo, Hornet, and Clicks, currently within a couple buildings of each other, and you see on your screen on the backside, Lecce, Maw, and Mongrel still there as well.
Noise rotating through, looks like on a ball on the backside. Real quick, we'll put the replay up of exactly how that played out. Storm here, inside that box just moments ago.
No.
Oh, full send into the air and does catch the shots there. The burst SMG proving useful even midair.
Burst SMG, probably not the exact item that players want, but still making use of it. Uh-oh, it's a corn fight. Dr. Lupo, you're used to this in Nebraska, as right now we've got
like
Rogue
home
Shark.
for me, Jack.
Yeah, this is, I mean, you've got a ton of skill in this one. As we see Rogue Shark currently dropping down the bandage for the moment. Already the ramp goes through, and Rogue Shark just wasn't ready for it. So if he didn't catch what happened right there, Dr. Lupo, quick little breakdown. The campfire was placed, he lost control of his wall, but because he had no pyramid inside his box, the opponent placed a ramp and then ended past the ramp for extra cover. It's one of the fastest, but most effective ways to take out an opponent when they're inside their 1x1. Left Eye did just get an elimination. Does use that shockwave to get away from Erouse, but solid start as well, and I believe I did just see a fan favorite in Vivid in the elimination feed picking up his first elim.
Storm starting to move. We have 56 seconds. My apologies before the next circle closes. And it is a big crunch to the center of the map. You might not be able to see in the bottom right there, but folks, it is just northeast centered from Neo Tilted. Everyone is going to get pushed together into the city. Let's see here. Dubs. Confident play, trying to push from the outside of Flint, knock from his opponent to rotate away, and Dubs does not want to let them go. 46 back-to-back hits, and he can't find a bead on Evil Mare. Goes down out here at the old Greasy Grove Ice Lake.
And you see Evil Mare with still just in total about 80 HP. Got the 50 back for the elimination, so when you calculate it, really only had about 30 health left. So Dubs so close, but not able to connect with that final combat shotgun shot. And Dr. Lupo, look at this inventory for Riverson, for Team Liquid. 6 shockwave grenades, 2 minis, 3 chug splashes, a launch pad. Weapons a little bit awkward, if I'm going to be honest. Just a scoped assault rifle and a epic tactical shotgun. But Storm Surge is coming to play, and Dr. Lupo, we haven't really touched on that yet today. Inform the viewers at home as to exactly what this is.
So Storm Surge is a mechanic to prevent players from potentially sitting and not engaging in fights. If there are a certain number of players at this point, when there's over 70, when the circle closes, people are going to start to take 25 damage every tick. That's every 5 seconds, unless they are over the threshold for the amount of damage done in the lobby. It's a way to encourage players to get engaged in fights without having to force anybody. You can't really just sit still the entire time. You've got to get engaged, get involved with what's going on.
And it ends when we go below that threshold. To bring up this first threshold, you have to drop below 70 players. So Storm Surge will remain in play right now until 69 players is reached. You see Booga with an elimination, Blaster with one as well. Players above the damage threshold sitting pretty right now, but players who are below it, they're frantically searching for some damage they can do to try to get themselves in a safe spot.
Aqua on your screen, one of the World Cup duo champions from yesterday, just outside of Dusty Divot. Shots inside here, Colorful trying to rotate back away, doesn't want to quite get caught just yet. Those splashes, by the way, one of the best healing items in the game right now in scrimmages, competitive Fortnite. An instant throw 20, and it's HP or shield. It will transfer across both. May not be able to get the soft quite yet. It's got to cancel.
He did.
Oh, he did indeed.
Yep.
Kurtz applying pressure from the side. Not a lot of ammunition right now in the inventory. Only 70 medium rounds for that heavy AR. Not the favorite for a spray weapon. Great at tap fire at a distance, though.
Look at how dead center this zone is in the bottom right of your screen. Savage did just get an elimination. Back from yesterday, I know Mr. Savage wasn't too happy with the final performance. Kurtz still, we saw the player piece on him. Rep. There as well on the twins. The player's still above, so people will begin taking damage. That's a solid chunk with that common tactical shotgun. But another player begins to throw their name into the hat. Dr. Lupo Kurtz, no more shield left. We'll back up at the moment.
At this point with the circle where it is, we've got 60 seconds before things start to close, and I would say maybe a third of the field is still outside of the next safe zone. You're going to see a lot of players pushing to Loot Lake. You have to realize, if you're watching at home, if you're here at Arthur Ashe Stadium, competitive Fortnite is very much about late game strategy and positioning. 74 players right now remaining does not surprise us in the slightest, to be honest, especially how much money is on the line. Arians goes down. We start picking up that one, but not enough damage dealt. You see the Storm Surge. 2 more players need to get eliminated.
He just got up now as players began to drop. Wakey went down to the Storm, Skype with an elimination onto Astonish. So we are 1 player away from the end of Storm Surge, and there it is as we just hit the threshold. So now no more panic has to come through for these players for the moment. The next one will come into play in a couple more zones as Keenstar right now, the double qualified player from France, currently set on up against Envy's Bucky as they are within a couple boxes of each other.
See exactly where things move through here. Just want to hold these edits and look out. No reason to apply too much pressure just yet. He's kind of waiting to see other players that may be around rotating away, and that's exactly the plan. Bucky, by the way, a player that we've seen in qualifiers. He actually spent some time talking to Hogman a lot to refine his gameplay in this drop, and we've seen a big improvement since then. Big shout out to Hogman for helping Bucky out with that one. All the way here to the World Cup solo finals.
Will he use one of the campfires?
towards late game, he's going to try and hold on to those for a heal. That final game starts to close. We'll have to see. A quick reminder, by the way, on the right side of your screen, a victory royale. The win is worth 10 placement points. Those are big. Top 5 is 7 points. Top 15 is 5. Top 25 is 3 points in every single of the current map right now. A lot of players out here on the hill. Northeast side of Neo Tilted, actually a pretty good spot. You have multiple slips nearby. While those are still on, you have to remember those do turn off. Sky picking shots. I believe that's on DRG, just to the south. More pressure applied there. He's trying to sneak a shot. He can. Actually, it's challenged. Surprises me. Doesn't go for the build there to protect and get a better spot. Wow, that's solid damage. Let's go for it.
Solid damage, and look what's also on the ground. Legendary rifle. Still can swap to that when needed. Right now, choosing to go with the spray weapon. This is a player that's close. We have a replay coming on in soon of Mega from FaZe, who played yesterday in the duos competition with Dubs. Dubs already dropped the cable. See how Mega plays this one. Gets in the opponent's box. 2 clean shots. And there it comes through. And near max materials, Slurp Juice as well as Chug Splashes will be sitting pretty with the inventory right there. The next zone did just pop on up, moving to kind of the eastern side of the current zone. And what we're seeing right now with Skite is Skite recognizes he's got extra materials back, so he's going to run back, build out a little bit, grab the excess materials, and continue to tunnel with these mats. He's also juggling items over as well to still have the ability to use these whenever like he wish to. Flyer to the far side, Bizzle there, still on your screen. Epic fail. Six games, but in the end, not able to close it out. See, just continuing to spray. Is above the damage threshold. This next threshold of player stock is 50. So we're about a minute away before